Are live, Believe Nation. Welcome to our last Instagram live of the day. I had three for today, which is awesome. This is the last one. Happy Thursday. Thursday is a busy bee day. Actually, it's great. You guys get to join me. Most of the stuff that I do on Thursdays is behind the wall, right? It's like as a private podcast or something. So it's great that you guys get to join in on so many of these sessions. But today we're going to bring in Pablo and whatever he needs help with. So Pablo, sent it over. Happy Thanksgiving. Back to you, Matt. Hey, Pablo, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Look at all those books. I love it.
Look at this one.
Oh, snap. There it is.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. It's a pretty good one. I like it. So Pablo's part of my Movement Makers program, and as part of that, we do an IG Live together. So what do you got, man? How can I help?
Yeah, I want to ask you, on the name of the channel. When I start, I put it on my channel, Instituto de Negociation. No, Instituto de Negociation. That was the name because I coach on negotiation. I learned from Brandon Burchard, and then I specialize in something that I've been doing all my life. But my question is, it is good idea to have Instituto de Negociación, or I should put my name? What do you think?
It's almost always better to put your name.
Okay.
Because people connect to a person more than to connect to a brand or logo. If you're planning to sell it, if you're planning to bring on lots of people to be up front, then you could evolve and shift it. But if it's you doing all the videos yourself, it's just easier for people to connect to you, to your face. Like, oh, Pablo, I love that guy. They'll remember that more than the institution of negotiation, right? So, yeah, I'd make it your face, and I would make it like zoomed in face, like this of the face, right? And put your name.
And it's easy. I have like 6,000 followers. It's easy in YouTube. It's easy to change. Can I change it now or that?
Yeah. So picture your picture and the banner at the top. You can change anytime you want. The name, there's limits on how often you can change it. So you could change it to your name, to Pablo, but you wouldn't be able to change it back for another month or something. Like they have a limit of how often you can change your name. But you don't really need to keep changing it. Just do it once and you're good.
Yeah. And I saw one question I want to ask you is, I love your coaching. I think it's unbelievable. I've been learning and watching all your videos, here. And why you don't do these videos on YouTube and why you do it on Instagram? That's kind of my question.
So we take some of the videos that I do coaching of, and we put it to, I have, I don't know, 11 or 12 different channels, maybe more by now. And so we have a channel where we put all of my Instagram lives that people can watch. And we have a channel that is of of just Evan speaking and coaching. So some of them go there, not all of them, right? Like this is my third Instagram live just today.
I saw the other ones. Yeah, I was there.
And I do Instagram live at least 5 times a week, sometimes more. And we'll take the ones that whichever ones my team likes the best, we cut it up and put it into a video on that channel. And then some of them make it to the Instagram content as well.
So it's part of the producing content for you.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I don't want to sell coaching services. So it's slightly different, right? I love this, but I don't want to sell this. I could do this all day long. I could just sell Instagram live sessions. Okay. Hey, here it is. Pay me this and we'll do another one. Pay me that. Like, I could do that as a business. I just don't want to be in that business. But if you want to do it for negotiating, I think it's a great way to be able to recognize the talent that you have. Because there's one thing to make a video just saying, here are the top 7 negotiation tips for how to get a new client or for how to get that job interview or whatever negotiating kind of topics you're making. It's very different than if you have somebody in front of you who is struggling in negotiation and you coach them and help them.
I know, I saw other of your videos talking with a Slovene girl that you were explaining. And I never, I followed Brandon for years, and I saw you in the summit. I saw you with Brandon Burchard, so I started following you. And it's unbelievable that as a coach, how way better I see when someone can see me coaching. And that was one of the questions,
Yeah.
It's it really is super effective, the people to see that, like you were explaining.
Were you in Puerto Rico at the Brendan?
No. I'm in Pittsburgh. We are very close,
Okay.
I'm in Pittsburgh, PA. But my followers is all Latin America and Spain.
Right. But you said you were at Brendan's event. Were you at the Puerto Rico event?
That's right. Yeah. The summit. Yes.
In Puerto Rico.
I'm one of the coaches, so I'm a member of. Yeah. It was online. The
Oh, that one. Okay.
So sorry.
So in January or February, I spoke at Brendan's event in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Okay.
Where people paid 30 or 50K or whatever to be in the room. It's his private one.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And there was this great moment. So Brendan, Dean, and Ethan are the three partners in that business. And Dean had this great moment with somebody where a woman stood up and was asking questions, and Dean challenged her and basically coached her live.
Okay.
And in that coaching, everybody else learned. It's not just helping that one woman. It's everybody can learn through her story. And for a lot of people, that was their favorite part of the day. Wasn't Dean on the whiteboard or his flip chart. It was that session, that coaching session that he did live. And so I went up the next day and I said, how many of you guys liked the thing Dean did yesterday, right? Like, how many of you guys liked Dean's session? And everybody was freaking out and super happy. And so I think the biggest opportunity, this is what I'm pushing Dean and Brendan on, is to do more coaching, because you only see them doing the whiteboard and the direct to camera, but they're great coaches. You just never see them coaching. And so I had the whole room, because Dean and Brendan were backstage, right? Like, I just came off, they were backstage eating lunch or whatever. And I had the whole room say, make the coaching videos, Brendan and Dean.
Right.
Like, we all yelled it to tell them to go make the videos. I think it's the biggest opportunity going into 2021 is actually if you're good at it, right?
Right.
That's the thing. You get exposed super quickly if you don't have an answer. So in the world of negotiation, you've seen it all. You know how to answer all the questions. You've seen it all a million times. And so there are very few questions that you wouldn't know how to respond to. And so if you have somebody come on, and your stuff is all in Spanish, right? It's not in English?
Yeah, it's in Spanish. Yeah.
So if you had somebody come on, and even though you're in Pittsburgh, whatever, somebody in the US or Mexico or wherever, and they're coming on and they're struggling with the negotiation right now in their life, and then you help them, even if you try, okay, so let's role play. You tell me, I'll be the guy. I'll be the guy, and then you try to negotiate with me, and then I'll be the tough guy, and I'll be the, right? In doing that role play, you actually make them a better negotiator.
Yes.
Much faster than just follow these 7 tips to be a better negotiator.
Totally.
And you just have to show up, right? I mean, all you have to do is say, hey, how can I help?
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. Follow your course and the material that you explain. I set up a meeting for next Tuesday. So I'm putting a Tuesday 10 a.m. in here in US. It's 12 in Latin America, in different places. So I'm following your concept, and in Spain. I'm following your concept. I'm going to do live because I think it's phenomenal. When I see you, I see you coaching. That's what even when you talk on you interact with us when in Brandon. You said you talk about the book. You interact with us. You give us what is the most important points to follow when we do a video. Like a strong opinion. It was phenomenal because I have 500 videos in YouTube, but now I just, even the editor say just cut everything. Just the most important, just cut it, because it's great. Sorry.
So that's awesome. I think at the beginning you have to book the people yourself, right? So people don't know that you're going to do live coaching yet. Yeah. So if you set a schedule that every Tuesday at 10 a.m. you're going to be doing live coaching, your first 4 or 5 people you book yourself. You DM them and say, hey, I'm doing this for free.
Okay.
Can I help you? Do you want to join live? And some people will say no, and some people will say yes, and then you book them, where after you start doing it for a while, people will get used to it, and then people will say, you don't even have to book the guests. People will just put their hand up, right? Like we booked this in advance through my assistant, right? But if you weren't here and I had an open spot, I would just go live and people would say, hey, can I join? And then we just do coaching.
Okay.
Right?
Perfect.
So you book the first few people yourself, but once you have especially if you have a consistent time, like every Tuesday at 10 a.m., people know to join you, then ultimately it takes over, and then people will just ask to join you.
Okay.
And it's fun, dude. It's fun.
I know. You're absolutely right. And, I do love your book, and all your videos is to serve. I do, you see people who do that for money, and you see you and your wife and on the car and making jokes. It's unbelievable. And I do have that to want to help Latin American people, Spanish people. I built my company here in US. We did it very well as a consulting. I went to Harvard Law School with Roger Fisher. So here everything is good, but Latin America needs so much help. And on that part, there's so much help on how we develop the negotiation, how we develop the skill. They only have 5 books that is important here. There's no translation in Spanish. So I feel that. And one question I want to ask you that I've been thinking is, every Tuesday, an afternoon, we do a Zoom event where there is days that I have 400, 450, 200 people, and we do it on Zoom because of the interaction.
Yep.
Do you think that I should do it, and we try, and from Zoom we go and we do directly now in YouTube? Now, thank you to you, follow you, learning from your team, but do you think I should go directly to you, directly live?
No.
Okay.
No, YouTube Live sucks. The only reason to go YouTube Live is if you want to promote something right away. Okay. So if you're going to launch your own book, or you've got some course coming up, or some event that you're speaking at, or something that you want to get a lot of eyeballs on, then YouTube Live is great. But most YouTube Live videos, after they go live, never get any attention.
Oh, okay.
The algorithm just kills the live videos.
Even if I do a video, sometimes I do a video live, I put it live, and my editor work later with this. It's just better off to do private and then?
Yes. So if you're doing Zoom, I would keep it on Zoom.
Okay.
The beginning of a Zoom call is kind of boring anyway for a YouTube viewer. It's great for the live audience where you welcome people in and how are you doing and oh my gosh and all this stuff. But for a YouTube video, you got to hit them with something strong right away, which usually doesn't happen in a live Zoom. So how long do you do your Zoom? Like, how long is the session?
2 hours. 1 hour and
2
a half,
hours.
2 hours.
That's awesome. And it's you talking, or it's you interacting, you answering questions? What is it?
I talk for an hour and a half, and then all questions. All questions. And I talk about the best books. The best book here in our state, the best technology on negotiation, persuasion, influence.
Yep. And every what is it? Every 2 weeks? Every week?
Every week, Tuesday, 6 p.m.
And how do you come up with the topics?
For the book, like next week is this book. Last week is last week was Cialdini. Cialdini, right? So I just come up with one topic, and people are engaged. I have a lot of people. In the beginning, I did a lot of advertising, to get the people, But now it's just the community,
So 2 things. One, I would definitely edit that video down for a YouTube video. I would take your 2 hours and cut anything that's not super valuable, but especially the intro. You know, the intro is probably not going to be great in a Zoom, and maybe the extra. Take the highlight moments and put it to the beginning. Coming up, or I don't know how you say coming up in Spanish, but
Está bien, está bien.
What is it?
Está viniendo, está viniendo.
Está
Viniendo.
viniendo. Está viniendo. Okay? Está viniendo. At the beginning, like at the bottom, right? And the best moments. And then that's a weekly YouTube video for your channel for sure. I love it. The thumbnail, I put your face and then the book cover, if it's always around the book. I would play with doing more. If you're doing 2 hours, I would play with doing more audience interaction. I would play with like an hour of you talking and then an hour of interaction.
Okay.
Where you're taking like the questions, because the more you make it feel like it's for them, the better experience they're going to have. So it's not just listening to a lecture.
Okay.
He's actually reading the comments. He's actually paying attention to us. We can get our chance to ask questions and be involved. It's just a much better experience. And I'd also play with breakout sessions. You know, we do it inside Movement Makers where you break out for 15, 20 minutes. So when you can create community, so it's not just learning from you, but they're connecting to each other. These are other people who want to learn about negotiation. And whatever the lesson is, right? So like, what's one lesson from the book this week?
This week, and how the reciprocity work. You know, how, you know,
Great.
Scarcity.
Yeah. So that could be the challenge of, hey, okay, you're going to put you into breakout rooms, and I want you to discuss how you're going to use more reciprocity this week. Like, what can you do? What's one thing you can do this week to have more reciprocity in your life?
That's an awesome idea. That's unbelievable.
Dude, they'll have so much fun. Like, the breakout sessions are the best.
You're right.
I feel sad because I'm not in them, you know, but I'm listening to Nina's. But people love them. And I would say we're still playing with what the right number is. We're usually looking at like the 6 to 8 people range, 6 to 7, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Of groups. How many people show up on your thing? 400, 200?
Yeah, 150 minimum.
So put them into groups of Zoom can automatically do it. You just say how many people you want in each group.
Okay.
And so you'll end up having, 50 groups or whatever. And you have people put out into these different groups only for, 15, 20 minutes. So it'd be like an hour of you sharing.
That's great.
An hour of you sharing. You introduce the book, you say hi, you give the lessons, you teach me what I need to learn. And then 15 to 20 minutes of group sessions, breakout rooms, and you give them a question to talk about so they get to know each other.
Okay, the question. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, lead them.
Yeah.
And then the last 40, 45 minutes is come back to the main group, and then you interact with people. And whatever questions you have for me and how to apply the book, let me know, and I'll answer them live for you.
All right. For each group, they can come and participate. No, that's phenomenal. And oh man, no, thank you so much.
It's so much fun. You're gonna. I think you'll crush it. I think you'll crush it. The more you make it about the audience, and the more again that they connect. So for movement makers, I think there's a lot of opportunities for people to meet each other. And yes, you're learning from me, and that's why you sign up. But the more you meet somebody else in the group, and then maybe 2 of those people make a business together, or they help each other out somehow. Especially if you're talking about reciprocity, they're now trying to figure out how to help somebody else in the group. And if they end up doing a big deal or having a business partner or landing a sale because of your group, right? Then that just elevates the experience and also gets them talking about you and your brand a lot more, and they're going to want to come back for the next one and the next one and the next one.
You absolutely right. You know, with the brand on Burchard, we are like 30 people from all Latin America and Spain that we connect, and believe me, we go to the event to see each other. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's a little sad. I mean, I like to think people come to learn from me, but it's great that you get to meet each other.
You learn from them. You know.
No, I know. But it's fun that you're creating a little family, and a lot of these people, who are joining your session, they want to learn about negotiation, and they want to build a better business or better life for themselves or better career. And they don't have anybody else that they know who's kind of pushing them. their parents, their family, their brothers or sisters, they're not doing big things, a lot of them. And so they're kind of crazy joining your live stream to learn about negotiation.
Yeah.
And so it can be hard to stay ambitious and stay driven and stay wanting to do more. But now when you connect them to somebody else who's like them, it's like, oh, I have some friends now who are also trying to do something bigger. So yeah, I think it's awesome. I think you'll love it. I think the more you interact with people, the more fun it's going to be for you too. And those can be great. Now, when you cut the video on Zoom doesn't record the breakout sessions.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
So
because you're right. You know,
so you got to cut it, right? If you're going to put it to YouTube, you have to cut that blank part about the group sessions. But yeah, if you do that every week, that's a great video every single week to be able to put to your YouTube channel. Just doing the coming ups.
Yeah.
What is it again?
Está viniendo.
Está viniendo.
Está viniendo. No, I love that. And okay, with that idea, when I hear you talking and see you say, oh, you know, we're going to go live. Okay, the channel increased a 43% retention. You know, like one of these, it was 43, so it was huge for us. You know, how many more people they were having. You know, no subscription yet. You know, subscription we every month with 300, 400 people a month, because it's very specific. It's very, you know, it's very specific to negotiation, to sales, leadership. You know.
Yeah, but that's huge. How many people who speak Spanish need to learn about negotiation, leadership, and sales skills? Like, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just YouTube lives alone, you can get eyeballs on it, you can get people to watch it, but that's it afterwards. They're gone. And if you're doing a YouTube live, they can't join in on the Zoom rooms either. So you're going to say breakout session, and it's like, oh, where?
That's right.
Where am I going?
Great.
So keep it to Zoom, and then the replays, an edited, cut down, hour-and-a-half replay to YouTube. And then you can then say, hey, if you want to join our lives, we do this every week. You want to join us? Click the link, and I don't know how they get to is it a Facebook group, or how do you actually get people to join?
That's right. We have with Kajabi, we have a link, so people go in and we just get it on Kajabi. Yeah.
So Kajabi, so you have the link. Hey, if you want to join us live for the next session, there's a link in the description. Go join us. We'll see you next week.
Oh man, that was phenomenal. I'm going to go back to you. I'm going to tell it, because I do think that is great. You know, we were talking with one of the persons that they interact. They said, hey, you know, sometimes you're talking too much. And I feel that. But also I participate, like the other day I participate one person, and she just went off, you know, and off and on and on and on. And it was rude to me to cut it off. But many people were in the chat say, "What is he talking?"
Okay, but the way around it is you can still talk, but answer their questions.
Yeah. Yes.
So it doesn't mean you have to bring people in on the Zoom, because if you bring the wrong person in, it's super boring, or if they're talking too much, that can cause problems. But they're typing in the chat. You can see what they're saying. This is what's different on a Zoom versus in a live. If you're speaking on stage with 2,000 people, you don't know what questions they have. You don't know what they're thinking. There's no direct feedback.
That's right.
But on Zoom, so you have to just keep talking.
Yeah.
On Zoom, you see, like, wow, that was great, but what does he mean by this? Like, why did he say that? And you see that and said, hey, Angela said this. Here's what I mean by it. So now they feel like they're engaged in it. So it's still you talking, but it's not you talking at them. It's you talking with them.
With them. Perfect. That's great.
Right?
Okay. Yes.
So even if it's like 45 minutes of you talking and 15 minutes of paying attention to the chat. If you look at Movement Makers, I'm interrupting myself all the time.
Yeah.
Based off of what you guys are writing in the chat.
Yes.
So my goal coming in is I have 3 big ideas that I want to share with you on whatever topic, right? First off, you guys pick the topic.
Yes.
I don't even know what I'm talking about until like the day before, when I see what you guys want. Because I don't want to just hear me talk. I want to make it off of what you guys want. So you guys pick the topic. And then once we're in, I have my 3 big ideas. but during my first session of talking about the 3 big ideas, I'm constantly stopping to answer the questions that my assistant pulls from me, because I think it adds, I just like it. I'd always rather make it about who is there watching instead of just me talking to myself. So just flip it. Like, it's still you, but instead of an hour-long presentation, you're interacting with the audience.
No, that's great. That's phenomenal. When you do the videos, there is any time, a special time? We're doing, like you said, we're doing 1 video per day. No, is any time, especially any time, the best time to upload the video? Any advice on that?
Doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. And YouTube's talked about it too. For the long-term success of the video, it doesn't matter. What matters is, 1, it's consistent, and then 2, that it's I would just pick a time every day. So my videos on my main channel go live at 6:45 every day.
Okay.
Every day 6:45. Every day 6:45. So it's not one day at 3 and one day at 8 and one day. Just create a consistent schedule. For the long-term success, it doesn't matter. YouTube's even put out a graph on your analytics where it shows when your viewers are online.
Okay. Yes.
And the reason why they did it is because of live streaming. So if you're going to do a live stream to YouTube, it's helpful to know when your audience is online. But they said for posting videos on demand, for posting just regular videos, it doesn't matter what time of day you're posting.
And when you upload one video, no? Say for instance, upload at 10 a.m., upload one video with our process, and then 11 a.m. I want to go live. That kill my other video. I have a person in space. So, no, don't do that because he's killing the other video. You gotta get the other video to do. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it does a little bit, but honestly, I wouldn't go live on YouTube anymore.
No.
Only Zoom. Go live on Zoom.
Okay.
Because to get the full experience on YouTube, you can't put people into breakout rooms. You can't do the same thing as on Zoom. So somebody's watching from YouTube when you're doing breakout rooms, they're just bored for 20 minutes now watching a black screen.
Yeah. No, sometimes I go live just to invite people to the next event. Or, hey, we're going to tomorrow. It's going to. Sometimes I do 10 minutes live, a small live.
Just to get people ready? You can. If you're going to do that, then I would. And then what? The video's private afterwards?
No. It just stay.
Oh, it stays just.
Yeah, because
I don't know that I would do that, because that video kind of sucks afterwards. There's no reason to watch that video later on.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. And then I would just make my videos go live later, right? So if you're going to do that at 11 in the morning, saying, hey, we're going live, or 10 in the morning, then you make your video on the main channel go live at 5 o'clock or something later on in the day.
Okay. So you will change that. So what is the algorithm? The algorithm?
Yeah, it's hard. Like if you release a video and then go live, your release video could get hurt in the short term. Long term, it won't make a big difference, but the short run it could, because one is stepping on top of the other.
That's right. I did it. So how many videos do you recommend a day?
After one, it's I don't recommend it. After one, yeah, like getting to one is great. Every step along the way to one is great. I've gone as much as 3 a day. If you're able to do more than 1 a day, then I would look at a second channel.
Okay.
So if you're making a video every day,
yes,
you'll likely get more leverage out of a second channel. So now you have a channel for books, and then a channel for coaching, or a channel for leadership, and a channel for negotiation, right? You split it up. But are you at a video a day right now?
Yes. Yeah, we are.
Okay, so yeah, adding more than 1 a day.
I'll follow you.
I like it.
So I hired 2 people, and we're working. So I do one day, I do all the videos, 10 videos, and I pass it Dropbox, and they start working, but I do the live, no? Sorry.
Yeah, we've started to see a drop off. Like after 1 video a day, the benefit starts to fall off. So I'd start to think about a second channel. So how you want to split that up, whether it's again like live like this, live coaching is a channel, and then your training is a channel, or by topic, like leadership is a channel, and negotiation is a channel, or sales is a channel, however you want to split it up. If you're able to if you can make high quality videos, right? If you feel like, this series isn't very good, then just cut it so you keep to one a day. But if you're able to make good videos more than once a day, I'd start to look at a second channel.
Yeah. And I've started learning from the tools that you give it to us, the body thing, and I need to get better on that. And that's one question. Sorry for the time. The last question. The hashtag. Do you have a hashtag for the channel and then for each video? Doesn't
matter.
No.
YouTube doesn't matter. Instagram matters. LinkedIn matters. Twitter a little bit, but YouTube doesn't matter. Put them in, whatever, but it's not going to make a difference. Yeah.
Okay, that's great coming for you. Awesome.
And we've tried it. I mean, I think we'll still put some up on them, but it's very, 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 very little. So I wouldn't worry about it.
And Facebook, do you do a lot of things on Facebook?
Facebook groups, yes. Like our Movement Makers is a group. Awesome. Facebook organic sucks.
Yeah.
So the only people who watch your content are going to be people who know you or who are part of your group already.
Yes.
So if you're doing, it's great for community, for people who already know you, but for discovery, it sucks. If you're doing paid, that's great. Like that's a good way to get new people. But for organic discovery, YouTube, #1, and Facebook is probably the worst.
Yes. Yeah. But it's great. Facebook is easy to promote, to advertise. I got a lot of people.
Advertising and community.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Advertising. Yes. Advertising.
All right, Pablo. Good luck, man.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
So excited to see what you make. Thanks for joining me, and good luck on the. There it is. There's the book. Appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you.